Embassies closed with no notice, flights canceled mid-boarding, confused travelers stranded in terminals, clutching US passports that suddenly mean nothing. What happened? Why now? A diplomatic shockwave has rocked the globe. The United States has abruptly imposed travel bans on 10 Asian nations, and the reasons go far beyond what the headlines reveal. Some are war-torn, others are peaceful retreats, but they all have one thing in common. Washington no longer considers them safe or reliable partners. So what's really happening? What's hidden beneath the surface? You're about to find out. Because the countries on this list, they may surprise you, and the consequences could reshape the world order. Number 1, Cambodia, trouble beneath the temples. Tourists still flock to Cambodia's temples and beaches, but beneath the beauty, trouble is brewing. Organized crime has exploded, from human trafficking to online scams. US authorities believe these networks have links to powerful figures in the Cambodian government. Even worse, Cambodian nationals now have one of the fastest rising visa overstay rates in the US, and their government, it's refused to cooperate with deportation orders. Add to that the growing presence of China, new military facilities, secret land deals, and infrastructure projects that edge Cambodia closer to becoming a de facto satellite of Beijing. The US is not taking chances. Number 2, Turkmenistan, the hidden isolation. Turkmenistan is a country few outsiders ever visit, but in 2025, it drew Washington's attention for 2 reasons. First, a spike in US visa overstays. Second, the government's refusal to take back its own deported nationals. This stonewalling triggered automatic restrictions under US immigration law, but there's more going on behind the curtain. Turkmenistan's economy is in shambles despite its gas wealth. The government is opaque, authoritarian, and increasingly isolated, banning journalists, restricting foreign businesses, and keeping a tight grip on all outside contact. US officials now worry the country could drift toward Moscow or Beijing, forming a silent alliance that shifts power in Central Asia. Number 3, Pakistan, a nation at the breaking point. Pakistan's position on this list was once unthinkable, but in 2025, US travel policy shifted, and fast. Why? Terrorist threats have re-emerged in full force. Attacks in major cities, threats against diplomats. Even the capital, Islamabad, is no longer considered safe. Add to that political unrest, military crackdowns, economic turmoil, and a high rate of visa overstays. Washington now views Pakistan as a complex threat, politically unstable, potentially hostile, and strategically aligned with China and Russia. The freeze on travel is a direct response to the growing risk of Americans being caught in a crisis they cannot escape. Number 4, Myanmar, a nation drowning in conflict. Once a rising tourist destination, Myanmar is now spiraling into chaos. The 2021 military coup cracked the foundation, but in 2025, the situation worsened dramatically. Entire regions are war zones. Armed groups are everywhere. And China's shadow looms large, arming and financing the junta with growing influence. For Americans, this makes travel a nightmare. There's no embassy support, no consular safety net, no stable government. Ethnic minorities are being persecuted, entire villages razed. Human rights groups report atrocities. And still, some international players try to cut secret energy deals behind the scenes. But the US, it has drawn a firm line. No travel, no engagement. Number 5, Laos. Calm on the surface, red flags beneath. Laos feels tranquil, but the data tells a different story. In 2025, over 34% of Laotian visitors to the US overstayed their visas, one of the highest rates in Asia. And when the US tried to deport violators, the Lao government refused to take them back. Under American law, that refusal triggers serious visa consequences. Now, Laos finds itself effectively locked out. But that's not all. China's growing economic footprint in Laos, through railways, economic zones, and infrastructure projects, has drawn the scrutiny of US strategists. Is Laos drifting out of Washington's orbit? The ban says everything. Number 6, Syria, a country in collapse. Syria looks like it's frozen in time, half ruined, half deserted, and fully unstable. While the civil war may have faded from headlines, the danger remains everywhere. Rebel groups, terrorist cells, and foreign militias carve up the country, and American travelers risk getting caught in the chaos. But in 2025, things got even worse. Reports of targeted kidnapping spiked. Foreigners, especially Americans, began disappearing. Ransom, political leverage, the motives vary. But the risks are undeniable. Landmines litter roads. Towns are inaccessible. The US ban isn't just policy, it's a warning. Syria is too dangerous to enter. Number 7, North Korea, the black hole. North Korea isn't just banned, it's impenetrable. A simple photo, a stray Bible, a misunderstood gesture, these can all result in hard labor, or worse. For years, the US has barred all travel to the Hermit Kingdom. In 2025, those restrictions tightened further as North Korea showcased new long-range missiles. The threat level is escalating fast. Some NGOs have pleaded for humanitarian exceptions. The answer, still no. The regime's grip is too tight and every foreign visitor is a potential hostage in Pyongyang's diplomatic games. Number 8, Iran, a powder keg with no safety net. If there's one country synonymous with tension, it's Iran. The US State Department's message in 2025 is crystal clear. Do not travel. There's no embassy, no hotline, no rescue. And that's because Americans, tourists, dual nationals, even journalists have disappeared into Iran's opaque legal system with no explanation and no trial. Some are still missing, but that's just the surface. Iran is aligning more closely with Russia, China, and North Korea. Its nuclear program continues, sanctions be damned, and according to intelligence agencies, the country has started targeting Western travelers with surveillance and detainment tactics at alarming rates. Americans in Iran are no longer seen as guests, they're pawns in a global chess game. Number 9, Bhutan, the silent freeze. Known for its happiness index and lush mountains, Bhutan seems like an odd addition to this list. But while the world sees serenity, US diplomats see risk. Bhutan shares strategic borders with both India and China, two nuclear-armed rivals. That geography alone raises red flags. Then there's another issue, overstayers. Bhutan has quietly refused to take back citizens who violated US visa rules, a serious offense in Washington's eyes. Combine that with concerns over foreign influence and the result is clear. Bhutan is now quietly frozen out of US travel policy, even if no one wants to say it out loud. Number 10, Afghanistan, a nation locked away. Afghanistan is no longer just off limits. It's sealed tighter than almost anywhere else on Earth. No visas, no exceptions, not even for aid workers. This is more than just a reaction to terrorism. The US has watched the complete collapse of a government, a shattered economy, and entire provinces now ruled by ruthless warlords. American citizens daring to visit face near certain danger, from abduction to political imprisonment. But behind the scenes, there are whispers. Whispers of prisoner swaps, secret negotiations. Washington's refusal to speak publicly about these deals only raises more questions. Is the ban just about safety, or is something darker unfolding? And there you have it, 10 nations suddenly frozen out by the United States in 2025. Each one tells a different story of rising dangers, shifting alliances, and an uncertain global future. This Carge video